Hello, folks. My name is Rich Longo, and I'm the Director of Marketing for Flycast Partners. I want to give you a little bit of background of our organization before we get started today. The founders of Flycast Partners, whose experience in the IT software industry dates back to the early 1990s, before the acronym ITSM existed. They made a decision in June 2011 to branch out and use their collective experience in ITSM, ITM knowledge to bring together a team of highly skilled personnel and partner with top ITSM and ITM vendors. Knowing that each customer has unique requirements, Flycast Partners began to offer a wider selection of software tools. And while solution providers have come and gone or have changed their way of doing business, Flycast Partners has maintained customer-focused values despite continuous shifts in the technology marketplace. By connecting customers with products and services that best fit their needs, Flycast Partners has evolved into the role of a trusted advisor, dedicated to continual improvement, and has succeeded at its core values of providing exceptional service and building lasting relationships. Flycast Partners syncs IT goals with business goals and designs effective processes which align with technology to enhance service delivery, improve efficiency, and maximize ROI. As a direct result of this approach, it is ensured that Flycast Partner provides the proper tools and best solutions at the right time for our customers and prospects. Customer success is the sole focus, regardless of the organization's size and no matter where the organization is in its IT journey. Flycast Partners delivers sustainable solutions at the right time and at the right place. We have well over 5,500 professional services engagements all throughout Canada and the United States. We have well over 1,100 customers, regular customers that come back time and again throughout all of North America. With that being said, I'm going to show you some of the reasons why you should consider utilizing Flycast Partners to help you out with your Remedyforce or whatever BMC software it is that you use. As you can see, our website is a great tool where you can look up BMC training. You can look up upcoming webinars that can benefit you, your coworkers, or your organization. You can get ITIL training, learn about ITIL simulations. You can check out partner events. You can check out different technologies that we offer and processes we can help with. In addition, you can check out some of our social media accounts, like our LinkedIn posts, where we post a variety of items that can be beneficial to keeping you up with what's going on in today's IT space. You can go to our Facebook page where we're constantly putting events out there or challenging you or showing you different things that are available to you and also helping to keep you up to date with what's going on in the IT world. Our LinkedIn has a variety of different events that we post, and we also post things that may be happening in other organizations throughout the world. You can definitely check us out when it comes to our Pinterest and look at our Pinterest boards when it comes to ITIL knowledge. We have several Twitter accounts. Keep up with our Twitter to see the latest and greatest of what's going on in the IT world today. And most importantly, you'll want to visit our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel contains over 1,000 videos ranging everywhere from ITIL 3 to ITIL 4 and every BMC type of software you could possibly imagine and every non-related tool, webinar or virtual event that we have shared with you. As you can see, we have a Remedyforce series up here. There's 15 videos of different aspects of Remedyforce. We have a plethora of others out there for you to utilize. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move on and go to different areas of Flycast Partners. I'm going to have our folks present their little spot, a Flycast to you, to show you how we can benefit your organization. Throughout our presentations today, we're actually going to be reading off some of our customer quotes, actual live quotes that our customers have sent to us in regards to our project managers, our account managers, and especially our consultants. For our first customer quote, this one comes from a customer of ours that's in higher education. We were thoroughly impressed with the level of knowledge and the customer service that our consultant provided. If he represents all your technicians, then we look forward to working with Flycast Partners again in the future. Another quote from the education industry. I cannot speak any more highly about the flexibility of the company to meet my needs. Now, folks, I'd like to introduce you to Flycast Partners' very own David Apple. Now, David is Director of Sales Operations here at Flycast Partners. So anything to do with our account managers or our business development team, those are the people that they come under his umbrella. He's the one that helps them maintain those relationships with all of our customers. David has many years in the IT space now on that side of the business when it comes to dealing with customers face to face. He's got a lot of experience in identifying and assisting customers with their needs. Before coming to Flycast Partners, David came from BMC software, so he knows BMC. He understands how they work. He understands their products. He understands ways that we can help you when it comes to those BMC products. So without further delay, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to David.
Awesome. Thank you, Rich. And I want to thank everybody on the call, all the Remedyforce users taking your time to view our presentation today. Like Rich mentioned, I'm the Director of Sales Operations here at Flycast. That's me in the second row in the middle, amongst all these other great people that I'm going to slowly introduce you to, our Remedyforce account team. Starting at the top left, we have Lance Garrett, who covers our West Coast accounts. Brett McKenzie covers our Midwest accounts as well as Eastern Canada. He's originally from Montreal, Quebec. Brenda Puff works with all of our customers in Texas as well as the Ohio Valley region. Richard George next is in the Southeast. And finally, Daniel Heckman covers our accounts in the Northeast United States. And the two gentlemen on the side of my photo, Neil Sandy and Trent Vincent, are both our dedicated customer success managers. And what we have here at Flycast Partners is a model where we have two dedicated customer success managers as part of your account team. While your account manager is your primary contact with Flycast, you also have these dedicated customer success managers or CSMs that provide that extra level of communication and responsiveness and are able to escalate any type of issues, concerns, as well as provide additional resources to you as one of our Remedyforce customers. Everyone on the team that I mentioned, including myself, we've gone through ITIL, either the V3 Foundations training or the ITIL 4 class, depending on the time we took that. I've all passed the test, and our focus is really for our clients on your service management needs, and we have a lot of experience in that space. The key responsibilities for our account management team, first off, for those of you that don't have a dedicated BMC business relationship manager, that's something we can fill that void. We can do so by scheduling cadence calls, whether that's on a monthly or quarterly basis. We can review your Remedyforce usage, the licenses that you have, make recommendations. And overall, our goal is to provide guidance on the best practices and services that are going to help you enhance the use of Remedyforce. Our whole account team, we work with great Remedyforce customers at the moment, and we've seen their successes and we've seen some of their challenges, through the implementation, the constant use, the administration, and we're always there to help share some of the success stories of how to do it better and how other Remedyforce users are achieving success. The account management team is really here to be your first resource to gain access to our business analysts, our Remedyforce engineers, so that when we are working through that process of identifying the pains or helping achieve different business outcomes, that's the role of our account manager. And through frequent cadence, through good communication and direct contact, our account team will walk you through your subscription renewal process with Remedyforce. And the goal is to make that as efficient and flow as efficiently as it can. So that's overall what our account management team is here to do. We're here to support you, to understand your needs, be a big part of your success with Remedyforce. And again, I appreciate everyone taking the time to view our presentation and learn a little bit more about the account management team here at Flycast Partners.
Another quote from an industry in biotechnology: working with Flycast Partners has been a very positive experience. We feel like we have a partner working with our needs and often acts on our behalf to resolve issues with the actual manufacturer of our software. I know I'm in good hands, from your sales team to your project coordinator, all the way to your technical staff. It is a pleasure to do business with a company who understands your concerns and knows how to assist with executing a solution. Our next quote: our consultant and project manager have been wonderful resources and a pleasure to work with. This comes from someone in the healthcare industry. So for the next group here at Flycast Partners, I would like to introduce you to our business analyst team. Today, we're joined by two of our business analysts, Bart Damons and John Rodriguez. Now, John Rodriguez actually came to Flycast Partners from BMC. Prior to that, he has had several years, I hate to say, almost 2 decades in the IT industry in various roles, from network administrator on. He's got a lot of different experience in a lot of different ways, and being an engineer and a manager and a consultant, and he's a business analyst for us here at Flycast. Then Bart Damons had a prior experience with BMC products. I mean, he's known BMC products for many, many, many years, and I hate to point it out like that, but he's pretty much almost got 2 decades in the IT industry as well. So they both have been around for a little while, both have an idea of what's going on out there and what's relevant to business today in IT. So welcome, John and Bart. Tell us a little bit about how your roles benefit our customers here at Flycast Partners, and particularly our Remedyforce customers.
Sure. I'll go ahead and start off. This is John Rodriguez, by the way. I guess what we help do is help customers understand risk going forward with whatever project they're doing. Let's just say for a new implementation. Now, Remedyforce is positioned in a particular marketplace. Basically, it's kind of the mid-level place. And what we experience is a lot of customers coming from smaller BMC products like Trackit, or that are looking to make their first step into the bigger, larger ITSM world. There's a couple of challenges that they reach, and one of them is, the first one is they don't know what they don't know, and that's what we help them understand and define. What is going to be the total scope and ownership for implementing and standing up Remedyforce? Remedyforce is a straightforward application with a lot of out-of-the-box practices kind of built out, but that doesn't mean that there isn't still a number of significant decisions that you have to make moving forward from an architectural standpoint. So having someone, I think, like me or Bart, who have done hundreds of these or scoped out hundreds of these engagements, talk to a lot of customers across all sorts of verticals, I think adds a lot of benefits to somebody, especially if they don't have a lot of experience, or just starting to ramp up their ITSM/ITIL best practice type of service desk or IT organization around change management, CMDB. The other aspect is biting off more than you can chew. There are sometimes we have customers that come to us that are looking to implement a lot of different things. Maybe they have a mandate from their CIO or CEO to push out a bunch of different processes that are new to them, maybe because they're smaller. They come in and say, oh, we need to have some audits put in, or we need to have change management put in. And that's totally understandable. That's the next step for most organizations to go to. But with that comes a lot of organizational change and disruption. And there's a lot of ways that this project can go wrong. And what we can do is help rein that in and be able to put limits as far as what that is going to look like, be able to define how you can get some successful criteria and hit those goals and be successful, because that's what we're here to help you be. So with that, another part might be documentation, kind of the things that we can help provide from a Flycast perspective, but I'll turn that over to Bart to talk through.
Yeah, and I'll just kind of piggyback on what John said. I think experience that we have too as past consultants, we can kind of help guide our prospective customers, as John said, on those calls and talk about the things that maybe they should look at this point, and making sure that it's done in an orderly fashion. We leverage best practices and all that sort of thing. And then we take that and put that in a statement of work and detail that out for the specific requirements that the customer has. And of course, one of the things that we do as part of every engagement is that design session. We're going to capture that in a planning workbook that's going to help us determine what that configuration is going to look like. It's going to be used as future documentation for the customer. So there's a lot of different ways that our experience and background and things that we know as a consultants and in this job can be leveraged for the customer. And that's just one of the many ways. John said, like Remedyforce being a product that has a lot of capabilities. And you want to do that in a fashion that where you can do that in a way to where you're not doing too much of that organizational change at one time. I guess it needs to be done in a way that that's logical and consistent, and we can leverage that, capture that information, put it in a statement of work.
So, folks, that is, or I should say, this is John and Bart, and there's so much they bring to the table, and there's so much they can help you out with in getting these projects up and running in the right way and going in the right direction with them. So I want to thank John and Bart. Thank you so much for sharing with us what you do for Flycast Partners.
It's a pleasure.
You bet.
Another quote, the checklist was helpful. Our consultant is knowledgeable and courteous. I feel that concepts and expectations were explained to me in easy to understand terms. The healthcare industry. Our consultant and project manager and account manager are the best three women to work with. Our account manager was very professional with our contract signing and RP. During the current pandemic, we were unable to get started on this when we would have liked to due to our office hours. Thanks to our communication with our project manager and consultant, we were able to get everything scheduled and programmed very quickly. They're a great team, and our consultants know what she's doing. She was very good at communicating and asking for ideas, thoughts on what we needed in the ticketing system. I sent over our current look, and she did a very good job at keeping it looking the same. Everyone has been extremely helpful in this process. Now, folks, we're joined by John Amario and Michelle Cameron, both project managers for Flycast Partners. These folks have been involved in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of projects. They have lots of years together in running customer projects. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to them and have them explain to you a little bit about what they do.
Thanks, Rich. This is John Mario. So I'd like to first say, the most fulfilling part about this job is to take a statement of work and everything that's put it together by the sales organization and the client organization, and to make it come true. Paired with our excellent resources, going through the project phases, validating that we're meeting deliverables and exceeding expectations, and then eventually turning that product over to the client to enhance their use throughout the organization. I'd say that's the most fulfilling aspect of the job. Like I said before, when we kick off, we set the expectations, ground rules, and so forth, and then we move through the project evolution, building a closer client relationship, and a trusted advisor position. And with that, I'd say that we really enjoy working on each project, no matter how large or small it is.
And so I'd like to add to this. After we have kicked off the initial roles and responsibilities as GM has highlighted, we then track the project status and deliverables to ensure a successful completion of the project delivery. Specifically, we communicate with not just the client, but the delivering consultant to make sure a healthy delivery of all expectations. And then in turn, we also support the client if there are any unforeseen impact or troubles during the delivery. It's not typical, but if it does occur, we are there to partner with and stand by the client throughout the entire phase of the project delivery. delivery. And then the final piece would be that we actually orchestrate multiple meetings throughout the project, one being the introduction or welcome call, as we call it. We also conduct weekly status reports. We conduct sometimes reoccurring if it's a larger project, just to maintain the health and well-being of the project delivery and ensure everyone understands next steps. And then we have a project closure meeting where we follow up with the client to ensure a successful delivery and ask for their feedback to help us learn what we're doing well, and then also to share opportunities so we can consider for implementation to enhance corrective measures. Together, we deliver a very successful project to the client, vendor partners, and ultimately the scope of the project delivery overall.
Our next quote from the education industry. I believe that Flycast Partners is an amazing company that can help any organization reach their IT goals. We have been a BMC product user for over 10 years and we've used Flycast Partners for several product deployments and professional services engagements and trainings and would not hesitate to use them in the future. The engagements are very hands-on learning and the staff are very knowledgeable. Our consultant is amazing. The format of the engagement makes it easier to ask questions and get help. The ability for virtual assistance is also very helpful. I can't say enough good things about Flycast Partners. So if you have any questions about services offered by Flycast Partners, contact my project manager at Flycast Partners. She's awesome. And our next quote comes from the hospital industry. Our consultant was great to work with. She was able to keep the team focused and on pace to complete the project on time. Well, folks, on to our next guest today, John Pastorino. Now, John Pastorino is the Chief Operating Officer and a partner here at Flycast Partners. He has been around in the IT industry for a very long time. Got his start out in the United States Marines, retired Marine, got out there, learned everything he could about IT. He's been involved in identity and many things associated with that. So I'd like to turn it over to John, and John will discuss a little bit about Flycast Partners Professional Services.
Thank you, Rich. So as Rich said, I've been exposed to IT for quite a long time. And one of the things that I would like to talk to, or a few things I would like to talk to today, are really how we execute from a professional services standpoint and the things that we provide to every one of our customers here at Flycast. So one of the things I like to start with is talking about our consultants. We talk about consultants and some people call them engineers, but sometimes you have people who are very one-dimensional. You have people who are potentially only able to execute, one facet of a project. And like for Remedyforce, one of the things that we do and one of the things that we can do as an organization, we not only can assess, design, execute, and sustain, we also can train. We have certified trainers for Remedyforce within our organization. And that says a lot about us as an organization and the maturity of the things that we do and the people that we have to provide consulting services to our customers. That's one thing. Another thing I want to talk about are business analysts. Our business analysts and the process they go through. So what they do is they build relationships with customers and they go through a very formalized questionnaire structure to make sure that we're asking the customers the right questions and getting the right information to build those statements of work and to build the project plans or the things associated with the projects that are accurate and relevant to what the customers are trying to achieve. So instead of just going in and just sitting down and speaking to a customer and potentially, not having any structure around the conversation, we go in very structured. We go in with a very detailed questionnaire, and then obviously we ask questions. And as we go through this process, we gather requirements, and that's how we build a very, very accurate and detailed statement of work for the customer to review prior to the project starting. And then that is somewhat of a live document as you go through the entire process. And that's something the consultants also use as a live document to go through the process. And what they do is for every milestone that we get to throughout the project, the customer is required to sign off to make sure we're all on the same page at the same time and we're all moving forward collectively in parallel together. So that's something that I think is somewhat unique to us as a business, is a very, very structured and formalized process moving forward. And that goes kind of to talking about the formalized documentation that we provide. So not only do we provide a very detailed statement of work, we also provide a very detailed project plan. And when it has a project schedule, and it will have extensive detail broken down by tasks and within each milestone. So that's something else that we provide to the customer. And then we build a systems design document. And a systems design document is something that will show the customer what they have, the functionality they have, and everything around or everything associated with the project. And then in the end, we turn that document over to the customer, and that's their document for future, let's say, maintenance or training within their organization. And then we also help them to make sure that all the information within that document is accurate. So every milestone that we go through, so we have design, there's a milestone. We make sure that they see it, they sign it, they understand the contents before we move on. Then we go into the build side. Again, we go through the same process all the way to the deployment and then sustainment. And then our project managers. Again, much like the systems analysts and the business analysts, is they follow a very, very structured process. And they coordinate many things on behalf of Flycast and the customers. They'll have an extensive project kickoff. It's a very structured. It talks about the who, what, when, where, why, what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. This is a statement of work. These are all the things that are incorporated into this type of project. And then they start building that relationship with the customer to identify what works best for them, and then what is their desired end state. And we go through that entire process. Then we have regular cadence meetings. So we'll have, sometimes it's dependent upon the customer, but we have a regular cadence set up. It could be day, it could be week, it could be month, however however the customer wants it as we go through the project. But we have regular cadence, then we have meeting notes. And the meeting notes obviously go to everybody involved, all the stakeholders and everybody else, to make sure that we're all on the same page and the things that we're capturing are relevant to what's going on within the project. And then we obviously have project documentation. And then we have sign off for each phase, like I said earlier, on the systems design document. And then we have sign off on the project at the end of the project to make sure that we're all on the same page and that we've done what we were supposed to do throughout the duration of the project. We also have escalation points. And we go through that with the customer. And we want you to know, when I say you, the customer, we want you to know that, hey, if something is not going right, please let us know and it'll be addressed immediately. And we have an escalation process within the organization. And it goes through the director of operations and then eventually comes up to where I'm at. So we can make sure that the customer is getting what they want, when they want it, how they want it. And then the last thing we do is project closeout. We go through almost a hot wash or lessons learned to make sure that the customer, again, receive what they said, what we said they were going to receive, and what was in the statement of work. They have a very detailed system design document that they can refer to moving forward. And then really, it also goes through, how did the project managers do? How did the business analysts do? How did the systems analysts do? How did the engineers do? All those different things that are associated with the project. We just want to make sure, again, first of all, that you, the customer, receive what they wanted in the most exemplary way possible, and that we as an organization did what we said we were going to do. And if there's an opportunity for us to get better, if there's an opportunity that we identify within this process that can allow us to get better and provide, even more effective services to the customer, we do that. It's documented, it's addressed, in a lot of cases it's implemented. But that's who we are for professional services. I know that was a very quick discussion about professional services, but really the point I want to get to everybody that's listening is, we have a very structured process from start to finish. No matter who it touches within the organization, it's very structured, it's very detailed. And that's how we approach things. That's how we look at things. And we look at the customer as our number one, the most important item in anything we do. Without customers, there's no reason for Flycast. And that's our goal. Service, service, service. And the best service that we can provide is what we provide on the things I discussed earlier.
Thank you so much, John. I know at the end, John will have you help answer some of the audience's questions. Biotechnology Industry. We've had positive experiences from sales to setup of consultation with Flycast Partners. I now look forward to expanding our working relationship. As you can see, Flycast Partners has won several awards from BMC Software, including North American Partner of the Year on a couple of occasions. These are but a few of the awards we've won with BMC, not to mention the plethora of other awards we've won with other vendors. We have also built out a Helix Remedyforce page specifically for you on our website. I encourage you to reach out to our page, check out the different aspects of Remedyforce we can help you with. Ask us about training, ask us about any services we can provide for you. We're here to help. I would like to thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your very busy day to join us for today's presentation. It's very much appreciated. Should you have any questions, any needs, or simply just want to chat with us, we're more than happy to talk. 844-FLYCAST, that's 844-359-2278. I also strongly encourage you to go to our website and chat with one of our IT experts Monday through Friday during normal business hours. We're here for you. You can also email us at info@flycastpartners.com. I remind you to maintain vigilance when it comes to our Twitter account, our Facebook, our YouTube, our LinkedIn, our Pinterest, and any of our other social media accounts for the best of what's coming up in the IT industry, the best of what's happening today in IT, and any events that you may have interest in, or even any topics that you may have not even thought you had an interest in. With that being said, enjoy the rest of your time, folks.